Hey, this is Heidi with Opticom. I wanted to get on here a little bit about typical sawmill setup and a little bit about Opticom. So we have been around since 1973, so over 50 years, but we've been in mills since the 90s. So going on 30 years, or maybe at 30 years, somewhere in that 90 range. So we know what the mills need, sawmills, your biggest obstacles that you have to overcome, just a lot of things that y'all run into and bump into just because we've been doing it so long. That we've bumped into it, we've problem solved and troubleshot and all the things that we have to do there. I personally have been with Opticom since 2007 and have been in and out of mills building video systems since then. So that kind of dates me a little bit. But I wanted to give you a typical setup on a larger scale mill. So we do the smaller mills, not smaller, y'all are all actually pretty big, but smaller scale mills, video systems. But I want to talk to you today a little bit more about like when you're like at the 60 to 70 and up camera range. So a lot of the mills we do typically are around the 150 to 250 mark, sometimes higher, sometimes lower. So that's the scale mill we're going to talk about today. So with that, a typical setup is going to be our, because we use a hybrid of cameras, right? So we've got like our high vibration camera, which is the CC04. You can find this on our website. So this would be the camera we would lead in with and anything around the process cameras. Okay, so anything like if you're going to mount on a debarker, we're going to want you to have this because it's got an additional vibration mount on it. If you're going to mount on a chipper, we're going to do this. If you're going to mount just like in and around that machinery, this is going to be the camera that you want to go with. So that's a CC04 camera. Then anything like guard shacks or just around the mill, a lot of guys will use the Vandal domes for that, which are those heavy duty domes. And I didn't grab one, which is fine. You can do that, but really this is going to replace that. Typically when you're using a Vandal, it's because you're worried about the impact. So this is going to be the one that replaces all of that. So and again, we have them, but what we typically do, our typical setup for mills and our bill of materials is going to be one of these two bullet cameras. Okay, so pretty standard. They hold up really well in the mills. I wouldn't mount it on a debarker, but everywhere else they do really well. So we've got a fixed lens option as well as a varifocal option. Preference, completely preference. I find the fixed lens works really well. It's priced really good, and it does the job, right? And you don't have to worry about the varifocal lens adjusting in and out because that's a huge issue in mills or anywhere with vibration. We run into it with like a lot of mining and aggregate applications as well. But here's what it is. And you can do, and ours are motorized, so if it vibrates out of focus, it's gonna adjust itself. But what I find is that when you've got a lens that is constantly having vibration and going in and out of focus because of that vibration, then you've got a camera that is constantly auto-adjusting, which is what it's supposed to do. But because it's doing it more often than it would in any other environment, because sawmills are such heavy vibration, is that you've got components that will wear out faster over time. Just because it's constantly adjusting and adjusting. Whereas if you do a fixed lens, it doesn't need to be adjusted. It's going to stay and see what it needs to see, and you're not going to have those issues. So those are your two options, but that's why I prefer the fixed, but trust me, I have a lot of mills that go with the varifocal. Either way, and then the real thing is going to be that we either go with the software and NVR solution. We're talking about larger scale mills here, so larger video systems, so I'm always going to recommend a software solution for that. And we partner with ExactVision and we partner with Milestone, but there's a lot of other companies out there that do it, that do a really good job for it. So I'm happy if you're ever just like, hey Heidi, what do you think about this software solution? Because you want feedback, I'm happy to give you that. We know what the mills are using, and we know, just because we've been in the industry so long, we know what's around and what's pretty solid companies that have good solid tech support and support just for you in general with that. So then you've got your software solution there. You've got your cameras. Now here's the kicker, because our big issue when we go into IP systems, and the issue that most mills bump into the most often, is latency. Not for the office. We know the office doesn't matter, but it's the operators that get so frustrated when y'all make that switch to IP from the old school BNC analog that runs right to the monitor, right? It's that latency that they get. So what we're doing right now with that, and what we've been doing for a long time in these large scale systems, is we like to call it a server, but it's actually a decoder. So this just kind of is the go-between of the network and the monitor. So you pop this in place, right? It goes right in between it. It allows our cameras to pull 10 streams, which means you can pull this camera that you have, in one place. Say it's on the log deck and you've got a few guys that need to see that. You can pull the stream from this camera to multiple locations through the network directly. So you're pulling straight from the network instead of going all the way back to the software and then coming all the way back to the video monitor. You're just pulling it straight from the camera itself. And this server allows you to do that and pop it right on the monitor. So what that does is, number one, you reduce latency by doing that because you're going directly to the camera instead of it traveling to the software and then back out, or to the server and then back out. And then number two, it eliminates the need for a computer in each operator cab, an additional computer, additional hardware that could fail or that is just costly. And then number 3, because you go in there and you set up the views for your operator, operators are no longer pulling up other cameras, checking on cameras that they don't really need to see. So what they have on the screen is what they have, they can see it, and that's all they need. So I hope this gives you just a snippet vision of how your systems should be set up when you're talking about larger scale systems for process cameras. If you have questions, you can always reach out to me. You can call our office at 269-966-2900, visit our website, or shoot me an email. But I hope this, again, just gives you a snippet. I'm happy to have a conversation a little more in depth about what you need at your location and how we can best make that fit for what you're trying to accomplish. Otherwise, I hope you'll have an awesome day.